What's up, everybody? So we went to the auction again over the weekend. I did not take my camera, but we ended up with a pretty decent haul, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. Got us some goodies. Ended up with another still chainsaw, a concrete saw head that we haven't fired up yet, but they were cheap enough. And then we ended up with this thing, this giant purple dump truck. So we already have a dump trailer. I don't know why we needed a dump truck, but I guess the price was right, so now we have a dump truck. It's an old Squarebody. It's an 89 4-speed, good old 350 in it. It's in pretty solid shape, honestly. Fires right up, runs, drives pretty good, and it dumps. But we're not going to leave it purple with all these decals on it, which is why it's in the garage. We are getting ready to clean it up and strip it down, do some paint work to it, make it look nifty. At least that's the plan anyways. I think we're going to go black on the cab and then gray on the bed. Got a lot of rust cleaned up, especially on the back end here. It's been pretty beat up, but everything is pretty solid. I haven't found anything that really needs replaced. There's a few spots on the body, but this is going to be a work dump truck, so we're not too worried about that. But yeah, pretty solid rig. We got some brakes and some shocks and some new rear tires to throw on it, but everything else seems to run and drive and work on it. It's even got heat. Not like we need that because it's like 92 degrees out today, but I'm going to get it pulled out of here, get this bed up a little bit, and hit it with the pressure washer first. And then we'll get it put back in here before it rains and gets all nasty again. That's probably the cleanest it's been in a hot minute. Let's go ahead and get it put away before it gets dirty again. Should have sprayed out the inside. Alright guys, so a little tip here. They had all these decals on the side here and over there, but we're starting with the side of the bed first. And this is relatively flat. That's not going to be as flat, so I don't know how well this is going to work. But I'm sure, as you guys have seen in the time lapse, actually just use this. This is it's a flooring scraper. If any of you do any flooring work or renovations, you probably have one of these laying around. They're like $50 at Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever. So they're a little pricey. But if you're doing any type of floor work or remodel work, you probably already have one, or you might want to look into getting one. But yeah, with a halfway reasonable blade on there, you can just slide decals right off this. It is going to take some of it down to the metal, which it looks like there's really no primer here to begin with. So we're going to rectify that as well. But yeah, I'll take those decals right off. I don't know how well it's going to work down here. That's obviously rounded out. I think maybe if I come in a downward motion, it might. We'll find out here shortly. I kind of just wanted to start with that to see how easy all that came off, and it came off pretty easy. These are pretty old decals. They've been in the sun. They're not coming off in one piece, so could have just took the flap disc to them. That would have made a disaster and gummed up my discs. So I like to try and remove as much decal as I can before I get in there with the sander. This isn't a professional body work job. This is just, we're gonna clean this up and put some color on it. So yeah, that thing works wonders. I mean, this whole side took maybe 5 minutes. That was with me starting with the razor blade. I have a nifty little scraper. I don't quite know where that is at the moment, but when we do this side, I'm sure this will go a lot quicker because I'll just use that floor scraper. So but like I said, we'll see how it'll work on the doors there too. I'm assuming the cab's not primered either. It's just had some purple paint slapped on it. Well, I just heard all kinds of ruckus outside. And it ain't supposed to be storming, but it's looking a little rough out here. Okay, so we got everything all taped off. Alright, so I messed up. I did not hit the record button on the time lapse before I started painting again, which really sucks. I think that would have looked awesome. But so I decided not to go with black on the cab. We got the black on there. You guys saw the black. Flat black's cool. I'm not really big into the whole murdered out look. I'm not really good at making things shine either, so usually I go with flat colors. But I decided, we cracked open the gray, tried using the gray for the bed, or for the cab, for the bed, whatever I was gonna do with it, and we got a bed can. So I went, I got a different can and a different brand, and I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. So let me show you guys what we got so far. This looks, in my opinion, killer for a garage paint job. Check that out. Look at that. Granted, that's just the first coat. I got a few spots I gotta fix, but yeah, I really wish the time lapse would have been on. I did turn it on because I was messing with cleaning the gun out and everything, and I was like, I'll turn it on in a minute. And then I started painting and we were off to the races. So, but yeah, first coat of gray is on. It's on the cab. I think I like it on the cab. I think I would have liked it anywhere, but it's on the cab. So I'm gonna finish off the can, do the rest of the coats on the cab, and I think I'm gonna do the bed in black. So we're gonna have a gray cab with a black dump bed. Or maybe I'll just do it all in gray. I don't think I have enough gray to do it all. Then I have to go pick up another can. You know, really hate for this paint job to go over $100. That'd be rough. But we used, this is Krylon agricultural paint, 1 gallon of Krylon agricultural paint. I've used the Magic brand, and I've used what the other one at the Tractor Store, Tractor Supply carries. I think it's all Magic now. I think they don't carry the other stuff anymore. And I haven't had a problem out of any of it, but I gotta say, this stuff coming out of the Krylon can is worth the extra 15 bucks. Like, you don't even gotta thin it. It ain't thick. It's ready to rock and roll. It goes right through the gun. Covers pretty good. Covers very even. It doesn't come out too heavy. A little light in my opinion. I probably could have adjusted the gun, but I didn't. I just went back over some spots. So a little bit on the light side, which I can live with that. But yeah, I think it would look cool if we did it all in gray. But I think I'm gonna do the bed in black. Also, that black paint, that stuff, for what it was on there, does not like to come off, which would be great for the bed, because it's gonna get dinged up. It's a dump bed. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna put the black on the bed. So we'll finish out the cab, and then I'll get the cab covered after we're all good and done with that. And yeah, we'll drop the bed down and we'll get the bed painted. I might even do the inside, because it looks like, I don't know when this thing was painted purple, but there's still some purple paint holding up on the inside of this sucker. So maybe I'll throw some black on the inside if we have enough. I don't know if we will, because we already painted the cab once. So I'll get the outside done and I'll worry about the inside. I really don't care too much about the inside. It's going to be hauling rock and all other kinds of stuff. The paint's not going to last. So yeah, there's a quick update. Sorry I didn't get the time lapse on. I think that would have looked sweet watching that turn to gray, but I will run it next time when I do the second coat. It won't be as cool, but I'll make sure the camera's on. But yeah, I'm gonna let this cure, and then we're gonna check it out and hit it again. I do have a couple spots up there in the hood. I think I need to, I'm gonna sand the whole thing depending on how it looks. Probably gonna give it a once over and then do it again, because there's a few spots like up on the hood that are a little rough from the previous, I think, paint coming through, even though I did sand it. I don't know what's going on there. The tractor paint kind of has a mind of its own from time to time. Even if you prep, you can prep, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it changes colors. You just kind of never know what you're gonna get. So doing it on automobiles is kind of a surprise. When we used a different brand, we've noticed on different metals that this Massey Ferguson gray will actually turn to more of a green, almost like an olive drab, like a faint green, greenish gray in there on certain metals, even if they're prepped properly, primed. So it's kind of weird. We did a car trailer, came out beautiful gray. We did the ambulance, it turned out gray, and a couple days later it turned green. So wild. Still looked killer. I'm really hoping this stays how it looks right now, because I don't know how well that looks in the camera, but I think it's pretty gorgeous and it's gonna look great. we go. It's a little better than purple. And we got the new headlights in there. Alright, she's ready to go to work. Alright, well, there is the finished product for the outside of the truck. Not a bad turnout, if I don't say so myself. Way better than the purple. We got our new headlights in too. I need to hunt down a grill. Still need to do the interior. That's what we're tackling next. It's still very colorful in here. But I got a lot of this already ripped apart. Had the sun shields out, part of the dash part. We got one working light in there. Yeah, it's pretty sharp. And I still need to clean the grill and those lenses up. And we gotta replace our one cab light up there, but I gotta hunt one down first. Or change them all out. We got no tack in here, and the speedometer does not work. Assuming this dash was swapped out because, well, we've got the selector there for the automatic, and this is not an automatic, so that was swapped out, or the cab was swapped, or something was swapped. There's a lot of stuff that don't line up in here, so I think a lot of stuff might have been swapped, but that's okay. Got our door cards done, cleaned up and painted up. They're ready to go back on. So all I got to do is the interior paint here, stitch up the seat a little bit, and we're going to slap the seat cover on it. Not getting too crazy. It's a work truck. And I got us a dash pad coming to fix the dash, because that's, yeah, that one's rough. I may try and source out another dash if I can get one at a good deal, but yeah, we'll get to cleaning up the inside so it matches the outside. Alright, here's the interior so far. Very standard gray paint job scheme going on here. Got us a seat cover, rebuilt the seat. We got us a new dash. Look at that. $30 whole. And right now I'm working on wiring up our new speedometer, which I think I've got to. Yep, there we go. Comes on. I just need to finish wiring up the tack, and there we go. Light it up, and then yeah, we just got to get it to get, you know, fit in here and look good. All right, so we got the interior done. Oh man, do the flies love this truck. Get out of here. Done-ish for work anyway. Got our seat cover, dash rebuild, and this is the finished product of the GPS speedometer in there, which has one heck of a glare on it on my end, but I think it fit in there quite well. Can't really see the chrome bezel on it, which is a good thing because it kind of matches the rest of these gauges. Just kind of matches in there, which is nice. So yeah, that's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it got the backlight on it, got it all synced in, so it's accurate. We did it up to a 60 test a couple times, and it was accurate. I got some tack wire signal issues, but I'm pretty positive that's on the distributor end, so I'll tackle that. But it does work. Just it's kind of intermittent, so got a pretty good idea what I think that is, though. So we're gonna get that dialed out. But that's gonna pretty much be it on the dump truck. Not a bad little turnaround for a little auction find. We are going to throw some tires that I had laying around on the rears, which I think I mentioned that. And then I do have to throw some shocks on it. But yeah, that'll be that. She's all done, ready to go to work. Done a few little town cruises and whatnot. And looks pretty sick, I'd say. But that's going to be it for this one. I am pulling the case loader into the garage, so that should be the next video. We're going to be addressing a lot of issues on that, and I think we might recolor it as well. You know, I've got the itch for the spray gun now. Everything's getting sprayed. It may not look great, but it's gonna get colored. So that's gonna be it on this one. Remember to like and subscribe if you like what you see, and we will catch you guys on the next one.